Hey guys, it's Kelly. Hey, I did a review for Grabie. It's a new store out there on these gorgeous, gorgeous butterfly stickers. They're gold line stickers. I had so much fun with them. So I wanted to do a review and let you guys know what I thought about them. Always give my honest opinion for my channel just so that my subscribers will be able to invest in something that I know that you're going to love, that is trusted. So the unboxing of this was, I tried to spare you all the glares from the wrapping. So it did come in a bag, but a plastic bag. But notice the glare. I tried to keep it down as best as I could because these stickers are absolutely amazing. I wasn't sure what I was going to be getting with it, but I'm going to tell you what, I put them out on this white sheet just so that you can see them. They are so intricate, delicate, detailed, but still really, really sturdy to use in all of your mixed media things. And then the packaging actually has that cute jar, and it's shiny on one side and matte on the other. You could just make a bookmark out of that thing right there. So, and that is definitely usable. And I love that when part of the packaging is usable. So there was the blue, actually, I think that was the cayenne. And then this one coming up is the pink. The pink ones are gorgeous. I just absolutely loved every single one of these. So I got them in cayenne, blue, white, pink, orange, yellow, purple, green, and I already said blue. And there isn't a single one that I didn't absolutely just gush over. And I really think that these are a staple for your room now, for your craft room. Now, the gold lining, I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about that, but I'll tell you, it adds just the perfect amount of sparkle without having to add your own stickles or Winkacella, anything like that. So it's already done for you, and they're absolutely gorgeous. I think that the white ones are my favorite for using for vintage. They're white, but you can see that they still have some coloring in them. But God, they're gorgeous. I sped it up because I was just sitting there staring at how gorgeous they are. Now, one thing to mention is next to them, they have the flowers, and those are really cute, but those are actually not stickers. They're just printed on. If you wanted to cut them out, fussy cut them out, you could, because it's clear, basically acetate. Up to you, but you can get as creative as you would like. But yeah, the only stickers in this are the butterfly stickers, and they definitely do not disappoint, guys. I definitely highly recommend them. At the end of this video, I will show you exactly what I did with them, and I'm going to have a lot more coming up with it. And then linked at the bottom will be the links for this product at Grabie. And then also you have a discount code. So use my discount code if you decide to grab yourself some of these, and you can save yourself a little bit of money. But God, look at those blue ones. That blue one with the little orange tip wings, that's my favorite one. I had a hard time not using it, but didn't go, and it'll make sense when you see it. Even green, I have a hard time working with green, and I think that having the green butterflies will make it so much easier to actually find a way to get green to work for me. I don't know why I struggle with that color, but I do. But these are just gorgeous. And then the purple ones, who does not love purple? I tell you, look at that. Oh, I'm so in love with them. And it's purple, but there's purple hues in there. You get so many, and it's definitely a great value too, guys. I'm all about that. I love to get kits and things like that. And if there isn't value in it, I'll tell you. But there's definitely value there. And again, it's they reached out to me and asked me if I would give them an honest review. And my honest review is I absolutely love them. I can't say anything else about them. I'm just absolutely in love with them. So what I decided to do was to work in my mini art journal. It's a really, really great, 3 1/4 by 5 1/4 is the piece of paper. And then around the edges, I made the book myself, and I can use whatever paper I'd like. And it leaves the options for doing an art journal page absolutely limitless. And I definitely wanted to use some of the pink ones, and I used my oxide ink, the pink raspberry, I believe it was, and some vintage photo. And I just started playing, and it was such a great time. You can't go wrong with the butterflies. You can place them anywhere, and it will be a win no matter what you do. But I was thinking I wanted a little bit of a vintage feel, but I kind of came away from that. But it still does have vintage to it, and that's because of some of the techniques that I used. That is my favorite stamp for text, And I can't read a word of it. I think it's in a foreign language, and I don't care. It's just for visual texture. And I just used a archive ink. I think it's potted soil, just a brown one. And I wanted it to be, I wanted to stay put because I might be making it wet. So archival ink was the best thing to use for that. And I wound up using my vintage photo distress oxide, and I'm just kind of going around the edges. I wasn't sure what I was going to do. I didn't really have a plan other than these gorgeous butterflies are going to be the star of the show. And when I'm going around there with my vintage photo, I don't know why I'm being so gingerly. I just needed to bring it in more. But it's kind of cool to see how this works out because you can have the colors play together. And you see how it just looks like somebody made a mistake on a piece of paper. But if you just bring that color in a little bit more, it blends quite nicely. And you actually get two shades of your ink instead of having, you're really dark in one area and then a nice light color in another area. So those are just some scraps left over from some of the card kits that I get and just some designer paper that I have when I made some cards or other projects. And they're just little strips that I caught, and I thought it would be nice to have the layered texture of some different type of matching colors for the butterflies in the background, and just to ink it up a little bit so that it stands out a little bit better. And that was where I just decided, nope, I gotta undo all that white in the background. It just needed a little bit more ink on it. So it's just different, I love to do this with different sizes of different scraps of paper, just to collage it on there. You could just design it however you want. I could have gone crazy and filled up the whole darn thing with all of that, but I like the vintage photo in the background, gave it that vintage feel that I was looking for. And then I got to use some of my scraps, and then you still got that collaging effect and a little bit of layering. So I hope you guys like it. And then that is a new stamp that I got. I bought a pink studio stamp set, and I just stamped that out a few times. And I wasn't sure if I was going to use it straight cut, and I decided that I wanted to just fussy cut around it. Thought that would fit better. And I had to keep telling myself because I was trying to find something that was a good project to highlight these butterflies because they're just so gorgeous. And I was like, God, I'm overthinking it. I just need to keep it simple. And I saw that stamp and I was like, that's exactly how I'm feeling right now. That's exactly the reminder I need. And when you do it on our journal page, guys, keep it simple. It doesn't have to be, everything you do doesn't have to be the end all be all best project you've ever done ever. Just do it. Just slap it down. And if you don't like it, then do something over it or gesso over it. But yeah, every single thing that you make doesn't have to be the end all best creation in the whole world. And I think we all get in our own way when we're doing that. So I'm just going through thinking, what colors do I want to use? I thought, yeah, I really want to use the pink, but I have so many options here with the extra paper scraps that I used. I could use blue, I could use the white ones, I could use the pink, and they'll all look nice, and they'll all stand out and be completely individual. And I fussed over which ones to pick because that's what I do. I hovered over the project about 15 minutes, like total. Obviously, I spared you all that. But I wanted you to see just, you can hold it over your project and find where you want it to go. The different butterflies in this pack, which is really, really cool, is they're actually orientated different ways. So they could be flying in from the left, flying in from the right, landing on something with the wings up, with the wings out. I really love the different way that of the orientation of each sticker. It gave you a lot of options. Because it's usually you just slap one on there and it's straight. Now that was what I chose to do for this project. But if you look in the stickers, you can see that you've got it where you get the side view of the butterfly. You've got a view of the butterfly coming down on it to the side, and it really gives you more options for even larger projects. This is a small project, like I said, it's 3 1/4 by 5 1/4. And I love working with that size for my art journal because I don't have a whole lot of time. But I have the need to just create something beautiful, and that's my Zen place. And to do a small project is a lot easier to produce something and feel like, oh, I just did something and it's beautiful, other than to take on some big shadow box project, for example. So, and I fussed with the placement of where I was going to put the sentiment, and I just needed to stand out a little bit more. I almost put some black paper behind it, but then again, that would have stole the show. And I just wanted that to be at the bottom. The sentiment isn't the the show. The butterflies are the show. So, and I love the contrast. So you've got some that are really delicate and some that are just bold, contrasting, and I'm always drawn to that. So that was one of the most of the ones that I used have a really nice contrast to them. And they just stick right down, and when you stick them, you stick them. They're not going anywhere. They stay put. So they're really good quality, guys. I highly recommend getting these, and this would be a great staple to have. So if I'm in a hurry or I just need a quick card, these would be great for spring sympathy card. They're good for any card. Have a birthday card, thanks card, but to have these in all these different colors and have that variety, you can make this go with any kind of paper that you have. So, and they're absolutely clear. Some of these stickers that I've had before from other stores, they have the tissue paper look to them. They're kind of cloudy around them. And that's cool if it's the right project, but I love that these are absolutely transparent. That's why they're called the illusion, like white illusion, green illusion, because it's just kind of like floating there magically. Absolutely love it. And I popped up my sentiment real quick at the bottom. And I kept it simple. And just wanted look at the way that the gold, like I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about that, and I absolutely love it. And you could highlight this with gold in all kinds of different ways. I decided against it because again I'm highlighting this product as they asked me to do a review, so I want to make sure that was the start of the show, like I said. But the one thing I had to make sure I did, it was incomplete. I just had to put a little bit of splatters on there, and that wound up completing it. It wasn't quite done without it, in my opinion. So there it is. I hope you guys like it. Again, go to Grabie and click the links below so that you guys can stock up on these. They are absolutely gorgeous. I highly recommend them. Lots of colors, lots of variation. I would call this something that is a staple for your craft room. Thanks, guys.